What up, my zillions? Today I have a review, a very unique review, in comparison of the Neca Godzilla 2014 and the bootleg Neca Godzilla 2014. Oh my god, what is happening here? Well, if you haven't followed the channel, I actually went to try to get the SH Monster Arts Godzilla 2019 knockoff that's out there. Which is very, very interesting, because there's never been a knockoff of that. There has been plenty of NECA knockoffs in the past, however, we haven't seen it in the Godzilla line quite yet. So, even though I didn't get what I ordered, and I did get a refund as of last night, guys, so free figure for me, which is great. You know, at the very least, you know, like, we got some fodder here for an interesting review. The knockoff is different, it's painted differently, it's actually smaller, so this is kind of an alert as well. If you see an SH Monster Arts Godzilla listing for around the $25 range, you're gonna probably get this new NECA. So please be careful with that. You know, either way, you're not getting an SH Monster Arts, you're getting a knockoff, and the SH Monster Arts version actually really looks different as well. That's kind of why I wanted to, not only because I love getting the Godzillas, but I kind of like checking these things out. If you follow my channel, you know, for a while, you know I get a lot of like Transformers knockoffs, but those are a little bit different because a lot of times they improve things and things like that. The more regular figures are usually straight up knockoffs, and they usually turn out pretty badly. Did this turn out badly? Let's stop talking, but actually before I do that and get into the review, one last thing about that whole thing. You know, because there's a couple of ways to view this, and how I don't really support the existence of these knockoff companies, but I also, it doesn't preclude me from buying it. I believe you buy whatever you want. You know, it's your money, you do whatever you want, you know what's good for your wallet. I like getting them because it's interesting, especially for a toy review channel, it's interesting to check out. It gives you guys an alert. There's value in it for me to show you guys. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, with the Transformers stuff, a lot of times, it's really good. So that's my take on the whole thing. If it didn't exist, all the more better. I support all the, you know, official stuff anyway. So it's not like I don't support the official stuff. So I just wanted to get that out there because folks watching this video probably necessarily didn't watch my any of my Transformers videos of similar cases. So there you go. Wanted to get that out there. Let's start the review. On the official, it does have a hinged jaw. The head is on a ball joint there. There's a joint here. You have a joint that comes outwards there. And you can swivel it a little bit within, which is pretty cool. I always dug that. You have a hinge at the elbow, and you can swivel that. You have a, I believe, is it a ball jointed wrist or? Yeah, it's a ball jointed wrist. So you can move it around a bit. You have articulation right here in the center. You get some decent range of motion. Not amazing, but fine. Legs are on ball joints, as you can see. Big ball joint. I've actually never ever done that before. So you can get them to come outwards a little bit. You know, you just, and it goes in a little bit too. So you just got to be mindful of how it works. The leg has a hinge, I see right there. You can move it a bit, and you can swivel it. The feet, I believe, are on ball joints as well, and that works okay. For the tail, you have a joint right there, and right there, and then right there, and right there for the final joint. I can't recall if this is a bendy wire right here. Is it? Yeah, I think so. But it gets really floppy towards the end. So it's fine. It works. You know, it's always worked. It's not bad, it's not great, but it works, is the best I could say about it. For the bootleg, You do have a hinged jaw as well, but it doesn't work as well. And you got the head, you got the neck right here, you have the arms that go in and out, you have the ab joint that works, hinged elbows, and the wrists are on ball joints as well. The legs, I'm not getting as much movement as I do, so I don't know exactly how it is in here. So yeah, and the knees do actually work even better than the official. They move very well, you can see that, and they swivel as well. And the feet are on ball joints, that I know because I pop one out. The tail, it's all the same deal really, you know. You got the 3 joints, 4 joints. I couldn't get this joint to get in any further than that. As far as bendy, moves a little bit, but it's very tight on this one, so I don't want to force it. There's your ball joint, and the hand is somewhere. If you saw my unboxing, the hand was off in the box. I thought it was gone. So there you have it. Looks wise, this 14 is very, very nice. It's very, very well done. A lot of folks seem to like it more than the SH Monstarts. I personally don't. I like that sculpt a lot. A lot of people do not. They prefer this one. It's good. This one is fine. I always found it a little bit skinny, which is my similar complaint that I have with the 19 as well. But it looks pretty good. The eyes are yellow there with the black pupils. And those are done fine. The mouth is done pretty fine, I guess. There's a little bit of extra white from the teeth bleeding downwards, as you can see right there. But it's okay. The tongue is painted. Then you have this kind of greenish color greenish gray color. It's even greener on the other one. And then down the center here, there's a bit of a wash, which looks very nice. Of course, it's a NECA, and they're very, very good at that. The rest of it is pretty much the one color. There might be a little bit of hints here and there. The dorsal fins are a little bit of a different shade. They look all right, you know. But the sculpt work is pretty nice throughout. I do like it. I like that the toes are a little more glossy as well. Same as the fingers. You got them, you know, they're actually black. So, but yeah, really nice sculpt. I love the texture. You know, all the little folds and stuff of the skin and wrinkles, the scale work, and all these little bumps and grooves all look fantastic. You know, dorsal fins look good. I wasn't a huge fan of the dorsal fins on the 2014. I'm so happy they updated after the new movie. That was one of my least favorite things, but you know, it looks good for what it is. It looks good. Yeah, this is a good-looking Godzilla. I'm not gonna say it's a bad-looking Godzilla at all. It's very, very nicely done, as we've all known this whole time. It's a good-looking Godzilla. Now, this is where we're going to get into more comparisons, because the articulation was pretty much the same. This is very different. This is painted very, very differently. As a matter of fact, there's actually more paint on here, because what they did is they took that original, like, kind of grayish mold and went over it with more green, and you can see the gray kind of bleeding out underneath it. So you got this like kind of bluish green over most of it. Not really on the tail at all. Tail is the same. But you see the wash, and it's done all over. And that, move this guy back a little bit. That's pretty cool. You know, you give due. It's pretty cool. I like that. And then the midsection here is washed with a lot whiter of a wash. A lighter, I should say. It's not really white. It's kind of like this like yellowish, kind of skin tone-ish, as you can see here up against mine. Looks pretty good. Again, you gotta say it when it is. It's pretty good. Now, the head isn't so much different. Well, it is. It's smaller, and but it's not not the same color. The eyes look good. They're painted well. The sculpt is fine. I mean, the sculpt throughout is pretty fine. It's pretty much the same sculpt. It is smaller, though. It's a smaller Godzilla, and in a way, it's kind of more proportionate. I gotta say, the head's a little smaller, and we'll bring this dude in because we get more of a look-see here. You can see right away. Let's go nose to nose here. That the head is just smaller on this bootleg than it is on the new one, and there goes the fist again. So very different there. You know, looks-wise, it's the same, but it's just smaller for whatever reason. And the body is just feels a tad. I mean, it might not be the body because it might be just that the head is taller, but something about it. He stands a little bit bigger, and you could just see how different the paint is on both of these. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm looking at this a little bit differently, the lighting is just slightly different. You can see a wash on this as well. You know, it's a little more lighter, but there is a variance there. So there you go. You guys know that already. And I probably knew that already, but I never had this guy in front of the camera like this. So, but yeah, very, very different paint. It's very interesting in those terms, and I like variance. So, for me, that's a pretty cool thing. To have, you know, got this guy not by mistake because the seller kind of tried to screw me, and ended up with an interesting variant that I don't mind keeping. You can see even dorsal plates have some of that bluish green. Now, what this is, though, I want to bring in the big guy. This paint, I feel like, is closer, because you can see more greenish here. And this is more blue, but you can see it's kind of closer than what this is. So I find that very, very interesting. So I don't know if they had the big one. I mean, this is very different. But I feel like in skin tone, and that big one is like my favorite Godzilla toy, I think. Period. I think it's amazing. Yeah, you can see that they went a very different route with this one. So very, very interesting. I actually really do like the paint on this guy. And overall, I think it looks pretty good. The next thing to talk about, and this is something, when you talk about a lot of like knockoff Transformers and stuff, we always are talking about is like, how does it feel? What's it like? This is a more solid, this is the original, more solid plastic, heavier. This is a little lighter. Again, he's a little smaller, but the plastic feels like cheaper. Not in every spot, a lot of it feels the same, but like the hands are more gummy. You can see that. The jaw is very gummy, and if you saw my unboxing video, the jaw came out, and it was just like super plasticky, and I don't even know how it got back in. Like, I left it here overnight, and it just kind of like heated back in or something. I don't know, it's very strange. I did not put it back in. You can see it's coming out just a little bit there. It's got a little bit of a Joker thing going on, and I will try to fix that a little bit. But it is very soft, and that is not. The feet have that soft plastic feel as well. So there's a few spots here where the plastic just feels softer, like a softer, cheaper plastic than what you get with the original, which is a very, very solid plastic. So you're getting what you're paying for here. And unfortunately, this I paid for more than this. Well, ultimately, I don't pay anything for this. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're charging more for this, and it is not quite this. So be leery of that, because not only are they saying that this is an SH Monster Arts out there, it's smaller than the NECA, and the materials aren't as good as the real NECA. So, and you're pretty much getting charged more. So that is not cool whatsoever. Size comparisons to bare minimal here, just a couple pieces. Here they are with, again, the big Godzilla 14 from Neca, which is absolutely gorgeous, and I feel like I should probably review this, because I never reviewed this one either, and now that he's on my review desk. With the Neca Godzilla 19, which, I mean, if you're gonna knock something off, why wasn't it that? Why go backwards? So you can see the height differences between the three. So this is the biggest, smaller. Very interesting. And last but not least, the one that actually started this whole journey, the SH Monster Arts Godzilla. And you can see, actually, this dude, I mean, he's actually a little bit, he's about the same size as the 2014 NECA, and definitely bigger than the knockoff. So, very interesting. Will I ever get the knockoff of that? I don't know. We shall see how it goes. I do want to take a look at it. Anybody has any leads to sellers they absolutely trust, let me know in the comments below. And my final thoughts, I mean, you should absolutely get the NECA. It is actually now available. I've seen it in store. Once again, you should just support the real companies as much as possible. And if you want to get a knockoff as well because you like the variants or whatever, go for it. But be aware, the thing I approve about, you know, someone spending their own money and getting the knockoffs is you're usually saving money. Here you're not, and you're getting lied to about what the product is. So that's why this is not great. But if you go into it knowing that you're going to get an interesting variant to the Godzilla 2014, then by all means, have at it. You know, do whatever you want. Again, your money is your own. I can't really fault you for wanting to. I did. So, but there you go. That's my final thought on that. This is actually not that bad. I really think the variance in color is very interesting. And of course, the original is pretty awesome. So, there you go, guys. That's my review and comparison of the NECA Godzilla 2014 and the new NECA Bootleg 2014 that's being presented as an SH Monster Arts out on the webs for 25 bucks. Do not get it and think you're getting an SH Monster Arts. Even if you're getting the $40 version, you're not getting an SH Monster Arts, you're getting a bootleg, which looks absolutely completely different than the original. So be aware of your shopping. Alright guys, so there you go. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Buy me a coffee on Coffee if you dig what I do. Subscribe to, please,